Hi, it's Ricky of Moshville Times here once again. Now, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Whitehaven hooligans Void Below. In June, Void Below released a third EP, Demos, entitled Demos. And as they are looking to make an appearance at Dead of Winter, the trilogy at the end of January here in Glasgow at Ivory Blacks, I think the 30th and 31st of January, I felt it was the perfect time to catch up with the band. So tonight we've got guitarist vocalist James, we've got guitarist Kyle, and we've also got bassist Luke. Unfortunately, drummer Brad couldn't be with us tonight, but that just gives us free rein to take the piss out of him, then, doesn't it? So let's just do that in abundance. But I've got to ask you first, how the devil are you guys?
Grand,
Nope.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to ask you about Damnation first. How many years in a row have you been in Damnation, or?
For me, it's my third. I went to the first one I went to was the one Bolt Throw headlined. Turned out to be their last ever gig, and then we went last year, and then we went this year. And I think I've already bought my early bird blind ticket already, so I don't miss out next year.
It seems to be like that, doesn't it? It just seems to be like regulars. As soon as the tickets are released, it's everybody that's just been buys them all again. So it just shows you the success of the festival, and
Oh,
hopefully,
it's
Dead of
brilliant!
yeah,
It's just the layout and everything about it's just so easy, and
yeah.
you're just like hopping from stage to stage, not walking miles. Everything's like so convenient. It's the, in my opinion, it's like the best festival in the UK, and I've been to a few, and that, in my opinion, that's the best one, especially for the location and just the bands they get as well, like the
Yeah.
one-offs and that. Like you just don't see that. So
Dead
kudos
of
to
Winter,
Gavin
man.
Kelly.
Dead of Winter will be the best one.
Well, I was
Yeah,
waiting for him
coming
to
up.
finish
Well,
because I took that a wee bit personally. I mean, Dead of Winter has the potential to keep on growing. I mean, this is only its third year, and it's just got bigger
yeah.
and bigger every year.
Can't wait to play it. Like it just look every year I've seen just looks stellar. So
Yeah,
I'm very honoured to be on the Saturday lineup. So I can't wait.
And we also get
absolutely.
really good crowds in Scotland as well. It's also a very good
Yeah, we
vibe,
do.
and everyone really enjoys it as well.
Yeah, I mean, the problem that we have in Scotland, especially Glasgow and Edinburgh to a certain extent, is you can go out on a Saturday night and you can go to 4 or 5 gigs. But the way that these guys do Dead of Winter, I was about to say there's nothing around it, but unfortunately, the London boys, Mutagenic Host, are playing the Thursday night. So if you do
Yeah,
have the capacity, come up on the Thursday night as well, because they're an exceptional band as well. So it's just unfortunate timing, but Dead of Winter, this is going to sell out. So you're going to have a fucking brilliant time, no matter what time in the day you come on it. I mean, you would expect it's like a 1 o'clock start in the afternoon and it finishes at 11 o'clock. But Malediction, for example, the first gig back, they came on about half nine, half nine, and the place was absolutely bouncing. They said it was the best gig that they've ever done.
oh,
So
brilliant.
everybody's there to the duration. So my tip to you is make sure you bring your merch. But we'll talk
Well,
about
plenty.
merch. We'll talk about all that shit later on. I forgot to say you are allowed to swear, but I don't like see you next Tuesday. But apart from that, you're fine. But again, before we go into Void Below, what you're going to be doing, what material you're doing, and things. How was the Wormrock gig at the Brickyard?
Class.
Yeah, was it well attended?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's always a
very
really,
packed.
really good turnout in the Brickyard. Every time we've played there, it's always been packed to the absolute rafters. But the crowd's also like, they're all there for a reason. They're all there to watch the bands and enjoy themselves and get stuck in. It's not like a dead crowd. We've never had a dead crowd at the Brickyard, so it's also a really good
Yeah.
place to play.
To be fair, I think anybody in the crowd would be too scared to stand still because they know that you fuckers will come off the stage and get in their faces. So it's a good thing that they did move. But it was great to see you done a 40-minute set, I think. But it was also great to see that Moshville Times, who I write for as well, they reviewed the gig and they gave a good response for you guys as well. So that was pleasing to see.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, they were very, very receptive, and like I try and do the whole on-stage persona thing where I'm like, nah, you'll move and you'll do as you're told, and they did that's like I said last time on the radio show. If they're having a good time, I'm having a good time. I feed off them, and just when we're all like seeing their reactions and seeing how they get involved, we all look at each other like, oh, this is brilliant, this is what we want, and the proof was in the pudding. At the end when we were selling tons of shirts, and some people never even heard of us before. And after that gig, they were like, "Oh, I want a shirt." That was great. Like the feedback was nothing but really, really positive. So it was win-win all around. And the Worm Rock guys were fab. They're really nice.
Yeah, I think the quote that I remember from the review was when he screamed, "This isn't a library. This is a grindcore show." So,
well, it gets on me wick where like you start to play and then you play a song and then no one's like kind of interacting. I'm like, well, you paid your ticket money. This isn't a library. Don't stand still. Get involved. You paid your 15 quid. Kill each other in a nice way.
absolutely, absolutely. And the good thing about Ivory Blacks, the venue for Dead of Winter, is it's got a brilliant stage. You'll love the stage. It's got brilliant sound. The sound engineer has always been top class, exceptional top class.
We've also had really good sound. I've played there in a couple of previous bands I've been in, and every time the sound's been absolute top notch.
Excellent, excellent.
We did the gig for the Render Them Asunder guys.
Yeah.
Through Northern Death Festival, I think it was called. Yeah. The sound was excellent for us. The sound guy was very accommodating. So kudos to that guy. He was a legend.
It's a great venue, great venue. But well, as you know, you can walk off the side of the stage and just come in amongst it all if you want to. So
yeah, we definitely will be.
Jump across the metal barrier.
I like him. But it's been 2 years since Void Below released any new music since their second EP, World Undone. However, you released demos of a future recording in September entitled Demos. You must have been up all night thinking of the title for it, I must admit. But what was the purpose of this recording then? Is this just like a snippet of what's to come from Void Below?
Yeah, I'll tell. Yeah. The idea was that we hadn't put anything out for, obviously, you said 2 years. So we felt, obviously, our material now has got a lot stronger.
Yeah.
We wanted to obviously showcase how we've come as a band and what our album's going to be sort of like. Maybe not sonically, it maybe change, obviously, because it's demos, pre-production. But what we have material going forward that we wanted to showcase a bit. But we have still a lot in our banks.
You must have been screaming too much at damnation.
I'll now frack with someone else.
I agree. Someone else were phenomenal.
So, I mean, you were on my radio show maybe about a month and a half ago now, and you dropped the bombshell just there of it being like an album. So, but before we talk about that, how does it finally feel to get new music out there? Like, just reminding everybody that Void Below is still about, because you've got like the new generation where it's like single, couple of months single, whereas we've got the older generation, unfortunately, like ourselves. We like the physical product, we like the album, we like the lyric sheets, we like the artwork, we like the physical product. So was it always going to be like an album that you were thinking of doing next? Or did you think of doing like another EP?
I think it's always been all the EPs are sort of gating up. It's more, every EP is more like an evolution of all music, getting harder, heavier, darker each time to get to a point where we are going to produce the album. If we're only ever going to do, say, wherever we go in the future, if we're only ever going to do one thing good, it's going to be a good fucking album. So instead of knocking out 12 mediocre albums, put out all these EPs and just give people what they want. It's going to be the fucking super album. And then hopefully after that, we'll be about 60-year-old and then we'll probably put another one out
there.
It's always progression.
Because we like We took a long time, haven't we? We've really like sat down, pulled songs apart,
Yeah,
changed rhythm, changed sections, added bits, like even coming with new bits to add to certain parts. And we don't want to. We want to put an album out where like I know it sounds cliche that like we're proud of that we've done that we've mucked
Yeah.
in together and we've all put our stint on it and we can proudly go that's us because like bands evolve, bands change, but we're not going to get to like an album and start sounding like Load and Reload or something like that. Do you know what I mean? We want something to be like punchy, heavy, darker. And I know this is all cliche things that I'm saying, but that's what we want. We want to show the best of our ability. So that's when it came to this, like the Praevisum demos. We wanted to show that, like, look, this is what's coming.
yeah,
This might
Yeah.
not be the end result, but this is what's coming. So it's a taster. And
yeah.
like those songs we're mega proud of, and they're excellent songs. Wait till you hear the rest. Like it's like really pushing the boundaries of us as players, as musicians, vocally, lyrically, everything's like tenfold on this.
Yeah.
Because
Trust
every
me.
time, every time we're getting better and better each time. It's just like, well, why not just see where we can go with it? There's no limit, so let's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
keep going.
100%.
We'll pump out an EP, and then we think, well, we can do a bit better this time. So then we'll come out with another one on another song, and it just keeps spiraling out of control. And then Kyle write songs so impossibly fucking hard to play that it takes us 6 months to learn one, and then we change it like 2 days before the gig, and then we're
Yeah, there must be like 10 versions of like one song on each of the album. So we've got like
yeah.
9 songs, there's like 10, 12 versions of each. Because
It took,
Carl's an absolute writing machine. But then
it
we all
took
come into that folder, we're like, right, we'll take that. And then Brad will change the drums and change the rhythms, and then it's playable.
it took us about for the outro for internal about back and forward, about 5 or 6 outros I wrote, and then me and Maxwell were in the practice room, and he just done this simple riff after the. I was like, right, I'll just do that, and then we just repeat it relentlessly, and then
Yeah.
it's just like a build, but we got a good reaction for it live.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
that's what I'm saying. Something as simple could be evolve the song into its next level. Like it's because we do pride ourselves on our technical ability. I mean, we
yeah.
don't think we're that technical, but people come to us and go, "Oh, that's in such and such." We're like, "What?" Oh, that's just how we write. But anyway, like we can strip it back and make something so simple sound so powerful as well.
Yeah,
With the rest of the technicality that we can throw in as well.
yeah, yeah. Did you play any of the new songs at the One Rock gig?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did too.
You done too? Is it a case of like lots of people knew the world below, so they reacted to that, but then you had the new songs and they didn't quite know how to react to it, or did the 2 new songs go down exceptionally
We've
well?
had we've had quite good receptions from it though, but I think it's because we keep the old classics in and we sort of filter the new ones in maybe one or two at a time, and
Yeah,
then the next gig we sort of do, we'll maybe put another new one in. So we're building up the base as we go along. So it's not as if we're just going right. We're not playing any of them old ones. We're doing this one now. We're doing these ones now. So
yeah,
we add them in slowly so people can still have the old ones that they enjoy, and
yeah.
then they listen to them and go, "Oh, the fuck's that?" And it's like, "Oh, that sounds all right. It's one of our new ones." And I think that's the best way of us doing it, really.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like we do try to like because we've got 3 releases now. We're trying to like mix and match, don't we? Like, and then but we're quite specific where we put the song in the
Yeah,
set. It's all good playing like the old stuff first, but we like to do like old, old new or old new, and that kind of thing. And then it
yeah,
gives everyone a nice flavor. And then I actually did like the intro to the James L. Jones piece, and a lot of people got it straight away. So they knew it was Emperor Serpentine, which I thought was quite nice as
uh-huh.
well to see a crowd reaction as soon as they did the film excerpt from
Yeah.
Conan. But, it was good.
I knew the actual title of the demos, by the way. There's absolutely no way I was going to try and say it live. Deliberately trying to fuck me up, so he's a. But brilliant. But for those that are new to the band, then, how would you say the new material lies in terms of the sound of World Undone, and your previous music? And do you think you found the sound that you've been looking for with this, with these demo recordings and the new songs, or do you think it'll keep changing and progressing with each release? I think that's kind of like a question for each of you. So, how would you compare the new material to that of the World Undone? Since you're on the top left, Kyle, I'm going to start with you.
I think it's evolved from what we worked for us, what we thought playing live, like all them best bits, sort of mashed, took them ideas or ideals into this new material and sort of evolved it. But like sort of how I was writing was, I was getting maybe like an idea in my head, like a song idea or a title, and then envisioning the sound of that around, obviously, what I thought would work.
Yeah.
With us, and then obviously I would write it on my laptop, and then send it to Brad. He would do the drums and stuff, and then we would go back and forward with the ideas. Oh well, this might work. This, and then we'll go into the practice room and do it, and then something else might completely work different. But it was just trying to get that bass down and the structure of the song before we went into the practice room. So it was, I find we work better now doing that, and the songs are more progressing more when we go into the practice room. So we can just, right, we know the tempo, we know the sound, we know each transition and stuff. So it works a lot better for us doing that, and I think we have benefited tenfold for doing it. It's stripping the songs down, even the old stuff, because we would tend to play them live fast, and we were saying we're playing this way too fast. So it's just taking that, and then obviously we got that right up, and he was saying from the getting better at each time, and it's just basically evolving as a band, and playing these type of gigs that we're playing. We've got to be on point and shit hot, and I think we're doing it. So hopefully we're going to put on we're going to open and we're going to put on a good show for you up at Dead of Winter.
Well, we'll talk about that in a wee minute, but that was very, very well put. But Luke, is Kyle the type of guy that sends a riff at 4 o'clock in the morning saying this is my best riff I've written, by the way?
Maybe a voice note when I've had too many.
Basically, Carl will have a few drinks, and then I'll wake up to about 115 chats. And then I'll have to cycle through them, and some of them are videos of him playing guitar, and other ones of him screaming in the microphone.
Well, to be fair, he could be sending other forms of videos, couldn't he? So you're glad it's his guitar he's holding.
Still send them, man.
But no, it's quite good though, because there's that many ideas floating about, and then but sometimes there's so many that you think, right, we'll try this, and then we'll go back to another one and go, oh yeah, what about that one that we tried the other week? And we go back and forward with things, and then one day we might listen to it and think, oh, this sounds really good, this, and then a couple of weeks later we'll go, it sounds good, but it's not working. We'll use it for something else, and we've got plenty of bits to recycle or reuse for something else.
Yeah.
And like I found with obviously I was also like a guitarist as a trade, not a bassist. So for me, I was trying to play the bass like a guitar, and I realised that's not fucking happening because me strings like undersea cables. I'm not a bassist. Then we sort of found out that less is more, but obviously it complements the songs as well. So it's even going through things like taking bits out or simplifying things as well. But obviously it brings the focus on the song a lot easier. And like Carl said about the speed of songs, you get that energy when you get on stage and you want to go 100 mile an hour, but then you realise you're actually benefiting by, hang on a minute, let's slow it down and play it at the right fucking speed.
Yeah,
we're not crackheads. Like
a lot heavier.
And it's heaviness. It's all about the momentum of the song, the groove of the songs. You miss out that sometimes when you're trying to hammer everything at once. So
I mean,
think back.
I keep seeing it with like Suffer the Children, Harmony of Corruption. When I see it live, it was like a 3 minute song on Harmony of Corruption, but when it's live, it's like 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30. It's like,
Yeah.
where did the stuff go? But since you're talking, Luke, what about the actual sound of the new material then compared to Well Done Done? What do you think's changed?
I think it's just a lot heavier and darker. We've obviously gone to like we've had sort of like the thrashier realms as we first started as a band, and then we started delving into like to the deeper, darker tunings and stuff like that. And we found like a nice balance now. So now
Yeah,
it's utilizing that with the chords, but we're also going into like sort of more melodic stuff, and obviously different effects on the guitars and stuff like that. I've been playing about with my bass, them too. Always feel about their guitars, and we found like this nice blend now where it like certain passages cut through, and like so I think for us the message is less is more. The more you
yeah,
fuck about with things, you can make it worse.
yeah.
Where we've stripped everything back now. We know each other's sound, we know each other's style, and it flows together a lot better now.
I just heard you say a minute ago there that you're actually a guitarist by trade. So why don't you guys become the Iron Maiden of death metal and have three guitarists on stage?
Because
With me.
I was a guitarist, but I was a punk guitarist, so I'm used to sort of slinging out power chords and spitting on people and stuff like that.
Because when you're a bassist in a death metal gig, we don't fucking hear you anyway. So you may as well pick up the guitar.
I certainly tried to be heard.
And
No,
what about
it's definitely a different realm for me, but it's really enjoyable because it's a style of music that I've never played before either. So I basically had to learn from scratch.
yeah,
When we first started the band, by the way, here's a bass, right? You're in C standard, and I'd fucking never heard of that in my life. I was like, right. And normally I could pick out other guitars and so, and I'm listening and I'm going, I can't hear a fucking thing here because everything's like low. So it took me that long to now get to it, but now we're all used to it. It's fine now. But definitely been a learning curve.
good stuff, good stuff. Lastly, James, then, what's the difference for you? What is it that makes this the demo sound so promising? What's the difference in the sound?
I just think it's like the hooks, the groove. Like I always say, if you, like I always say, in any sort of extreme music where you're playing thrash, death, hardcore,
Yeah,
whatever, you've got no groove, you ain't got an out. You know what I mean? You need something to tap your foot, you need something to bob your head, and like it's even with the 7 string songs on there, that you still like you can hear the dissonance, you can hear the heavier tuning, the heavier chords, but you're still tapping your foot, you're still bobbing your head, and going
sorry,
back for
did you
the
say 7 strings?
yeah, we
Are
on
we
the
singing
EP,
about
the last two
castles and
songs.
dragons and knights
Oh,
and swords and all the rest of
you're in
it?
for an absolute
That's
treat.
right up my street, like. I mean, but yeah, I'm thinking more like Space Marines and Warhammer, point that, you know, kind of thing. But we decided to toy around. Something with something off. So I decided to toy around with like different tunings and go a bit heavier. And me and
Yeah,
Kyle always fancied 7 strings, so we thought we'd give that a go. And it's the same crack. Like Kyle come with an idea, and then we're like, well, that'll sound good in that tuning. We'll try that and try different effects, different techniques. And we're always like I say, we're always bouncing ideas, but going forward, with the newer songs that we're going to be recording, like in the beginning of next year, and getting pre-production ready and things like that, that it's such an evolution, like lyrically, sonically, like in my opinion, every song is completely different, but it's us. Like you can tell, like we've all chipped in, we've all wrote that together. We've
yeah.
all like I said, Kyle will come with a riff, then Brad will change the riff to match the drums and put the drums in. Luke will come with the bass. I'll come with the vocals. Then Luke will come with some back and forth. You know what I mean? It's forever an evolving thing. So after the album, I think it is going to change again. It could go heavier. It could go groovier. It could go more melodic. You know, we've got a song with a big melodic lead section that really stands out, and Kyle knows which song I'm talking about. And it for me, it just like you get excited about those things. You get excited about those tiny little, like just a tiny little lead section. You think, wow, that sounds so big. It's so
Yeah,
simple, but it's so big. Like
yeah.
as soon as you can hear it, you'll be like, your hair tingles on your back of your neck, that kind of thing. And it resonates all my favorite players like Eric Rutan, Chuck Schuldner, things like that. And it just fits. And like
Are
Luke
you
said,
feeling the same way that you did when you were releasing the Well Done Done? Like you had your debut EP and then you were releasing Well Done Done. Were you saying the same kind of things, or when you're playing the new songs, it's just this is the best we've ever been? Do you think? Did you
I
have the
think
same feeling?
I think with the new songs, it's the excitement of getting it out there, playing it live. Like, all that hard work pays off when you see people like grooving to your music, moshing, wall of death, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You see people getting involved. That to me is the winner. That works. But even when I play the old material, like when we play like H and DT, it's still that heavy, and it's still cut into that crowd. And my friend Peter sent a message out. You're playing H&D. He sent it to Luke. How are you going to play that tonight? And he was like, "Oh yeah."
There's no difference between if we play like one of the old ones, H&D, or to the new songs. People accept them as they are, as the songs they are. They're not like, oh, this is new. I might not like this as much. Like even at the gigs, you see people and they're still reacting exactly the same to the old ones as the new ones, and that's what we want. You want a continuation, you want a flow, and I think that's what's really important, especially with your fans and stuff like that.
Yeah, I totally agree. We play Collapse of Dominion. We haven't played that in ages, have we? And then it's our like Wall of Death song. So we have a break, and then we cut the crowd in half, and then the riff kicks in. You shout go, and they all went. They all just like a lot of people was like saying, "I've never seen a Wall of Death in a brickyard." I'm like, "Oh, winner, take that." Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, but people still react because the song's chunky, it's heavy, it's got all that. So it's got. I think a lot of our materials is a nice variety, but it's got everything somebody will like. That's what I think.
Well, we'll see. We shall see.
Variety is the spice of life.
Absolutely. We'll just have to wait until it comes out then. But is there anything about the way you're recording the album that you'll continue to use and have a settled formula? Or are you quite open to finding new studios and experiences? Or do you think you found the formula that you're happy with and stick to it for now? I think you recorded Void Below in Soundwave Studios, I think.
Yeah,
is that something that you're going to continue doing?
We probably will work with Dave again because he knows exactly what we want, and we know him personally, so he knows what we're like as people and players, and he's not afraid to tell you that, no, that's crap, do that again. No, I think you could do that better. What about you try? He comes up with suggestions, he comes up with ideas, and we're like, oh, we'll try that. Like on Eternal Thomas, like, why don't you keep that scream longer? Or I think Kyle mentioned it as well, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So we tried that with Luke's backing, and it worked, and it just made the song sound more hellish than it already does.
When you come out the booth and he'll sort of go, yeah, that works. And we're like, well, if Dave likes it, we're all good then.
It's he'd be the first to tell you, wouldn't he?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Does he say wee snippets like, are we really going to go with that? Or like, do you want to try that again?
Yeah, I think that's important though, because obviously he knows us so well, 100%. But he knows what we want and what we've done before, and we're trying to progress stuff. And yeah, it's nice to have someone who understands that, and he's not just there for the money. He's there to make because it's his reputation on the line as well.
100%.
Yeah, making it for us, so he can obviously show people that what we've done and say, oh, I've done that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's a group effort all around as well. So it's really good to have someone that we trust, to know that when he goes and mixes that away, he's going to do exactly what we fucking want, the way we want it, and he's going to be proud of it as well.
Yeah.
I think going forward with that side of things, we'll record at Dave's, but because I've noticed his mixes are starting to get better and better, and he knows our sound. But I think I would like a bit of an input on that side of things with him as well, and pinpoint exactly what sound we're actually after. And I think going forward, I would like a bit of an input on doing that with him, with there as well. So if he doesn't mind.
I'm sure he won't. But talking about the recording then, how was demos recorded? Was that just in your rehearsal room, or was it actually done at Soundwave, or like how was demos recorded?
That's Soundwave,
yeah. Guitar Pro, innit?
No, like where we recorded this, and we recorded them at Soundwave. Yeah, the demos.
Yeah.
No. All the pre-production ones, you mean?
Yeah.
We did them at Dave's again.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Just to try and get the best out of it, you know what I mean? Like somebody will say it, like same crack again, like we did with the self-titles World Undone.
Yeah.
We thought, well, if we're going to do an album, let's do some album demos, and someone can go, oh, that was shite. Do that again. You know what I mean? It's the same premise every time.
Yeah, yeah. But with what was your demos called that you released in September again?
Maxwell knows.
Praevisum.
Thank you. Thank you. Was it a simple case of just going in and doing the recording, or was that actual recording like 4 or 5 takes? Was it an easy case of like it was in there, done first take, and that was it? Or was there a song that you had to do song time and time again? Maybe the guitar solo wasn't happy with, or was it quite a straightforward process?
It started straightforward.
It was very fucking stressful.
For them it was.
Relationships were tested.
Yes, for them it was, but for me, I thought it went really well, recording the guitars and stuff. But I just recorded all my like lead and solos and stuff at home, so I found it more easier to do that than just send him them. So I'm not wasting time to do solos.
Yeah, like I say, it was like straightforward, and then we listened back to like what we did, and we're like, that could have been better, that could have been better. So we didn't change bits, didn't we?
Yeah.
And like lining stuff up and editing, and like there's a couple of like that needs to be higher here, that needs to be lower there. We can't hear that properly. Then maybe there's the odd vocal that needed to change. That's how we tend to work. We kind of like get like the end product, and then we'll go back and be like, that could be better, that could be better, that could be better. So we're always in that evolution of improving.
You can't tell until things are recorded and you listen to it back and you're like, well, you can hear the flaws then, can't you? You're like, right, well, we need to sort this out.
You go sound blind, don't you? Because you don't hear mistakes because you've listened to it that many times. You're like, oh, I've had enough now, and your brain kind of like switches off to it. And then when you listen to it, when it's all put together, you're like, oh yeah, I can really hear the mistake there, the string noise there, and whatever. And then you just go and fix that.
Is it quite intimidating for you, say for example you, James, is it quite intimidating for you when you go in and do your vocals, say the guys have done their instruments, so they're just standing in the studio like that and watching you impress me? Is that the best you can do?
Well, yeah, pretty much. And then it's Luke's turn when he's just backing after me, and he goes and does these bits, and he's I mean that's all process. It's not like standing there like with your arms folded, like, no, you better do that next. It's all about like, does that sound good? Oh, make that longer, do that deeper. Then when Luke does his bits, this is this word, nuance that word, do the accent on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like we don't tend to work in the sense of like everyone just does their bit. We do a proper team effort. We are very productive together. Brad leaving shipping money.
It's like constructive criticism, especially with stuff like Brad. I mean, Brad will have already done his drums, but he'll still sit there with us, and we've recorded like a guitar or something and go, that's slightly off that. And we need someone like that because he knows exactly the times and stuff like that. And go, that's out, we need to do it again. And you're like, but then you do it again and you do it right and you go, yeah, I see what you mean now. It's like, it's a very good team effort with all of us, really.
Yeah, we're not like digging each other out. We're trying, it's all that helping. It can get frustrating, don't get me wrong, because you naturally get like, why am I not getting that riff? Why am I not getting that bit? But when we work as a team and we just go, right, do it again. You've got it. You'll get it this time. It's all that like sort of like encouraging each other as well. And if you need 5 minutes, you need 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's just how we work as a band, and we've always worked, and we always get the best out of it, the 110% we need to make the songs be punchy and heavy. And like, it's not like some kind of monster where everyone starts kicking off. You know what I mean? It's not like that.
It's like we just want the best for the songs that we know that we can get out of each other. That's going to work for the song in the end all. You know what I mean? It's not like Maxwell says, digging each other out and saying, "Oh, you're doing this," you know. We just want the best for the music that we're putting out.
Before I have to pause this interview, who's the moody one in the band? Who's the one that's hardest to please?
Oh, Brad without a doubt.
Because he's not here.
But like you say, he only wants the best for the band, and like you say, when you re-record it, you see the point that he makes. So
Thing is, we're all moody about different things. There's certain things that tick each other off. So it's like, well, that doesn't agree with me, or that doesn't agree with Kyle. So we all have our own little licks that we don't fucking like.
Yeah.
We iron them out, don't we, lads? So it's all right.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Eventually, we're all
That's how it
friends by
works.
the end of the day.
absolutely.
There's no crying, there's no bitching. It's just like, right, what are we not happy about? And then we iron it out. You know what I mean? We're like, right, well, let's do this, let's try this, see what works for each other. And we always find like a solution.
I think that
Brad will
tells
sit there
because I
with
think you've got a solid lineup. Do you know? It's not changed. You've had the same lineup for a
no,
while.
no.
Yeah.
No, we've been solid since the start. And that's
Yeah.
teamwork makes the dream work, isn't it? And like another example of like
I
Brad will
almost
sit
got a
there
wee
with
bit
a drum
emotional
pad.
there. That was brought a tear to my eye. That phrase.
Definitely tears, definitely tears. But
Yeah.
that's what I said. Brad will sit there like when we recorded these demos. Brad will sit there with a drum pad with a stick and tap away in time. So you're getting that time, and then you're like, oh yeah, I see what you mean. And then
Yeah.
you go record it, and it's that little bit of help that helps you out massively.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's what makes us as a group work really, really well. In my opinion, they're probably all going to get off there and go, "What the fuck's he talking about?"
Well, what you don't know, James, and I don't know whether I should say this live in an interview, is that the guys told me that they've got their own chat group that you're not in.
That would not surprise me, actually, to be fair.
Cheers.
How are you?
That's great. Thanks for coming back, guys. Obviously, one of the main reasons for this interview is that you're going to be climbing over a certain wall and coming to play Glasgow. Now, I think you played Glasgow before, but I hate to tell you that the wall's got a wee bit bigger since the last time that you came. But for those that haven't seen a Void Below show, what can we expect? What are we going to see at Dead of Winter? Because the place is going to be packed no matter what time of the day that you're going to be on. So what can we expect from Void Below?
James.
As in me, I'm going to. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Really, and probably Luke with his top off, no doubt about that. I think there's going to be one gig we play where he's had his shirt on. To be fair, it's just the eye candy for the band, isn't he? You know what I mean?
He goes to the gym. He does. He goes to the gym, doesn't he?
He likes to work out. No, no. Anyway, what you can expect is definitely that. Lots of riffs, heaviness, good times, just positive energy. If like I said on the radio show, I don't care what you do as long as you don't hurt anybody. Crowd surf, do karate in the pit, mosh, whatever you want to do. Just enjoy yourself, and we'll enjoy ourselves. And if you dig our music, buy some merch. It's a plus for us. Just come and enjoy it. I think we're opening the Saturday. Just smash your best friend in the face and just shake hands afterwards. Not bad.
I was about to say, I hope you're not going to do any of this crowd killing shit.
No, I'm not into that. But
No.
I have been to plenty of gigs where that happens.
Yeah. But it's all right to punch your mate in the face, but give him a hug after the gig.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Okay.
that for me, I just want everyone to have a good time. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I'm just joking when I say things like that, to be fair. If anyone actually takes me literal and actually cracks the mate in the face, I'd be questioning your friendship. And we're like, well, you shouldn't really do that. Give him a damn talk.
Selection is best. If you're gonna fucking punch your mate in the face because Maxwell told you to, then it's your own fucking fault, isn't it? Really?
That's true.
Yeah.
Don't ever do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
But even enjoy yourself to our tunes and enjoy yourself for the rest of the day. The cracking bands, Kendo and Kondo, they're doing a great job. And I'm really honoured that they've asked us to play. I can't wait to get on that stage.
Yeah, the best festival in the UK.
Well, I haven't been to one yet. That's why I'm just saying Damnation's good. Get a window will top that, I'm sure. I'm on it. Yeah.
Absolutely. But even though you might be opening on Saturday, I don't know whether that means that you're playing at 2:00 or whatever like that. Don't let that phase you, because we'll be turning out on a Saturday. It's always a good turnout on a Saturday.
Whether it's 2:00 or 2:00 in the afternoon or 2:00 in the morning, like we'll play our hearts out. That's what we do. We go on. It's just fucking show you've got to put on. Your fans have come to see you, so why not fucking do it?
100%.
Yeah, no, you're right. We've opened like gigs before, and like the reaction's still the same. We get the crowd participation, the positive feedback, and like Luke says, whether you're on 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning, will be the same banter, the same energy, the same everything. So you're going to get exactly what you'd expect.
To be
Well,
fair, we have actually played around them times. Kendall Cornley, we were on at 12:30 at
Yeah.
night, and I think we've played earlier on in other festivals and stuff like
Yeah,
that
I
as
think
well. The
that
Rubs and
when we
that
did that,
darkness,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
we were like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something like
Yeah,
that.
so
Weren't we?
it
Maybe.
doesn't matter what time we're on, we're still going to bring that energy.
Well, you bloody better, because the first thing that'll be happening after your set is I'll be getting you downstairs for an interview, because I'll be doing live interviews as well. Well, not live interviews. I'll be interviewing you again
Yeah,
after your
definitely.
set. So
Interview with 4 pints of Stella.
Yeah, just let us get some cans into us.
absolutely, absolutely. We'll get that sorted. We'll get that sorted. But it promises to be the biggest one yet. So you have to bring your A game. Like I said earlier on, my tip for you is like bring your merch. So did you have like new merch at the One Rock gig that you're also going to bring up to Dead of Winter, or are you doing something specifically for Dead of Winter?
We plan to have. Yeah, we did a new shirt for the Wormrock gig, and we sold out a lot. We sold out one of the sizes. We had a lot of that size. I think we
Yeah,
sold out larges within like 2 hours. So I was shocked at
Yeah,
that.
so we
And
need more of them.
yeah, we managed to sell our last 2 triple XLs as well. One guy was like, "Oh yeah, can I buy? Is this triple XL?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And he was like a small guy. I was like, "You sure it's gonna fit?" He's like, "No, it's for me girlfriend. She's gonna make into a t-shirt dress." I was like, "Oh, really?" Yeah, it's a techie. Yeah, so that's gone. But we're gonna bring hats, t-shirts, some long sleeves as well. We're just in the process of deciding on design at the minute. But
yeah.
they'll be sick as fuck when they're made. Like.
Yeah, the funniest thing I'd ever seen was I was at an AC/DC concert in Hampden many moons ago, many years ago, and a guy went up to the merch stand. He said, "What's the smallest size shirt that you've got?" And the guy at the merch stand went, "Small." And that was the end of that. But you guys are aware then, if you played Glasgow, you know exactly where the venue is.
Yeah.
I was going to warn you about the ULEZ zones, because
Oh, we got caught in
Glasgow.
that last time.
Yeah, luckily we never got stung.
Glasgow's
We haven't gone
unmerciful, you
we
know.
haven't, we haven't gone to one city where we haven't been fucking fined for a bus lane or fucking parking fine or
Or whatever else.
Well, what's the vehicle that is it? The vehicle that you're coming in, or is it you get lost and you end up in the middle of the city centre?
yeah, it's
We
just
end up
because we
in bus
drive around in
lanes.
fucking travels.
Yeah, bus lanes. It was bus lane last time. We got stung, and then when we played the Ivory Blacks in 2023, that it was the venue owner that came out and said, "Don't park there because they'll sting you on this bit." We were like, "What are you on about?" And none of us had ever heard of it before.
Yeah.
You know, the sting zone. So we just parked the car on the back of the building, and we were like, sound, we'll stick it there. And then we were like, kind of like panicking, are we going to get a fine? Are we going to get a fine? And we're now it's happened, so we're like, yeah, we'll do it again. There's always something.
Yeah, but there's an NCP car park right across the road from it, like 10 yards away from it, you know. And I think,
Yeah, we parked in there, yeah.
yeah. So lessons learned. But since the release of demos, then, and you've obviously played Wormrot, but what do you have for the rest of 25, and what do you have for the beginning of 26 that you're allowed to say? Or are you going to, is Dead of Winter the only gig that you're going to be playing in the foreseeable, so you can get this recording done?
We've got Dead of Winter, obviously, and then we've got The Woods in July, which is a branch off of Darkness Over Cumbria. So it's like it's more of a mixed bag. There's more death metal and black metal on that, whereas like Darkness Over Cumbria is more like predominantly black metal. We've been approached about a tour in September.
Cool.
Yes, with a band from Brighton called Smouldering Tomb. Excellent band, really nice folk.
Played them on my show. Played them.
Yeah. Lovely folk. They're really into us. We're really into them. Great band. Like cracking singer.
Yeah.
Who else? And another band as well. What they called? Lavinia Whiteley. Something I think they're called. We've been approached about that. So we're just going to work out the dates of those guys. See if we can get together and we can get on the road together for like a weekend or something like that. We've got some other stuff in the pipeline as well that's waiting. maybe a major festival if we get the yes or no. So just waiting for a yes would be nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well,
But
whether it's Damnation or whether it's Bloodstock, who the hell knows? Or whatever.
either of
It's
those
Damnation.
would be excellent.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. If anybody, if any of those guys watch, yeah, Damnation, Bloodstock, please, yeah, sound.
Well, tag them in when this goes live. Tag them in. But I was just wondering, like, since the release of World Undone, has there been any kind of like record labels like sniffing around, or are you quite happy to release things independently when there's no pressure? You can release material when you want to release it.
Me and Kyle have had meetings with labels, haven't we?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like they're really nice people, really, really keen on the band, things like that. But it just doesn't seem right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you know we want a bit more. I don't I'm trying to word this right because I mean what they offer is really good, but I don't know. Like it's all. I think it's all about timing, the right label. You know, to back. You know, like what we want to do with the album. We want to really go for it,
Yeah.
and we want to have that sort of platform. That you know, the formats. Some of the things we've been approached with just hasn't really fit our bill. And they've been don't get on absolutely sound people that run these
Basically,
labels, really proactive, really positive. And but we just want the right thing for us as a band and as
Yeah.
people.
basically what a lot of the labels are offering is the stuff that we're already doing anyway. But obviously,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
they're charging money for things that we already do. We want someone that's going to come and give us an extra push up the arse and
Yeah.
deliver something that we're going to go, oh, we can't do that. So yeah, let's fucking do that. But obviously, a lot of the places at the moment, it's all online streams and media and
Yeah,
whatever else. And
it
we
is
managed to
it's
do
very,
that
very
ourselves.
similar
I
to what we
mean,
do ourselves.
you look at the guys, Brainbath. You've got Kendo, who's got Macho Records, so he's
Yeah.
releasing stuff himself. He does the artists locally. When it comes to like vinyl, for the first time in decades, Scotland has got his own pressing plant, Seabass. I would urge you to look at their website because they have the prices of vinyl.
Yeah.
If that's something that you're looking to go down as well. So DIY or die is the motto up here. So it's probably the same kind of thing down there as well.
No, I agree with what you're saying, but I think for now, for us, is like as we're all quite preoccupied with like life as such and work, and you know, family stuff like that. I think doing it digital for now for us is the best way. Then if somebody like on a big platform goes, I can give you that next step,
Yeah,
then yeah, we're all for that because that
yeah,
takes away some of the pressure from us. As you know, like we want that kind of elevated lift. I
yeah,
mean, it's good that we, as I say, we've had a lot of interest in a lot of it. Like it's like a financial contribution and stuff like, which is it's no problem. But we just look at it from the side of what we, in our opinion, we think what we've got's really powerful and good that we're really proud of. We want that pride to be put on that next level. It's all good paying money into pressing plants or streaming and things like that, but what is your end result? We want to see somebody give us that end result. Open up the door for the festivals,
yeah.
open up the door for the distribution, open
We
up the
want
door
to
for
be
the media,
stars.
things like that. We don't, we don't want to be stars. We just want to be. We just want to have that same level of like, you know, like we want to see our product or our music or whatever, you know, be taken to another level.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think that's fair to say.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like because I mean, like a lot of bands graft, a lot of bands really work. They're in a practice room every Sunday, like we are, and we want to be able to say, right, you take that, take it into the stratosphere, and put that trust, that elevation into that. Where some labels will be like, I'll do your tape, that you know what I mean, or I'll do your a floppy disk, and I'm like, all right, sound, you know, and I just feel like for us personally. And you know, we want a bit more from what we've been offered. That's just what I think. I mean, that might sound like maybe pedantic, but you always want the best for your band, don't you? You always want best for the things
100%.
that you're creating.
At
You
the end
know,
of the
like
day, we haven't put all this effort in from ourselves and put all our fucking blood, sweat, and tears into it for someone else to not put the same in for us. So
yeah, exactly. We've had that before, and we've been really disappointed. Like you know, I'll put your first EP out on CD. Oh, great. And then nothing materializes, and it is disheartening. So that's why I've said now, right, we look for the right deal, the right label, the right person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we've learned from past experiences and mistakes of doing stuff either wrongly or rightly. You know what I mean? And now we just feel that step back, do the gigs that we're getting offered, do the work on the album, and then whatever comes our way comes our way. But it's got to feel right for us as a band to give that energy from ourselves on the album to the right people that we think is going to work for us as a band.
100%. 100%.
It's got to have that feeling. It's got to have that right notion that everyone's on the same wavelength. Because
Yeah.
people can tell you on the same wavelength, where they are really. You know, like, oh, I run a label from my back bedroom in my house, but I'm not going to do anything about it. You know what I mean? It's just that there's too many traps that people fall into, you
Yeah.
know, and it's got to be right, you know.
Yeah.
Give us £100 a month and now you can play work at men's clubs for the rest of your life.
Oh, is that a dig at someone like that?
Yeah. But a question for yourself, James. When it came to like the demos, recording the same vocal lines over and over again, or maybe over a short period of time, do you have some vocal techniques before you start recording? What rituals do you have before you go on stage?
I don't really have any rituals or anything like that. I maybe do like, you know, rolling of the tongue and all that, like me, you know, up and down. That's something silly.
Yeah.
But usually it's like 20 fags in 4 Stella usually does the job, like.
Here's you bought them off me.
Usually, yeah.
It's funny, like in the past, I've like interviewed Jason, formerly of Ingested, and backstage and stuff like that. And he opened his suitcase, and here was like Vocal Zone, and it was like tea, and it was like jojoba and passion fruit tea and stuff like that, you know. But then I've interviewed Carl Willits, and he's like yourself, give me 10 fags and 6 cans, and I'll get up on stage. You know what I mean? So
I'll be honest, though, I have tried the vocal zones recently, and they are very, very good, especially when you're chatting, you're socialising at the merch table before you go on, and like I popped one of them, and I was like, oh, what? Yeah, this tastes nice. This is all right. And I thought, oh, my vocal sounded really good on like the last few gigs. So I do agree with the vocal zones, but I don't really tend to have a ritual or anything. Like maybe I should just shut up a bit more. Maybe I don't know.
it's funny how the 2 other guys in this interview went, to your last comment there, but hey-oh,
Yeah,
hey-oh.
it's just bad.
But what I love seeing live in a band is when a band has more than one vocalist, because it adds something different. Because obviously, like CD sales don't make it anymore for a band, you know. You have to do something completely different on stage to stand out. There's so much competition out there. So I know that you're the main vocalist, James. And I think, Luke, you said you're kind of backing vocals a wee bit, but Kyle, when are you coming in to do some vocals for the band?
Never. I'll leave
Kyle.
that to them too.
Yeah,
I'll leave
Kyle,
that to them too.
Yeah, Kyle.
They've got good chemistry, so I'll leave it with them.
To be fair, I
can't talk as it is now.
I don't think I was meant to be a back and fucking vocalist. I just got sort of shoved into the position.
You're doing all right.
He's doing all right. He was like, oh, you will sing back. And he's like, I'm not. But
I'm just
to be fair, Luke does a sterling job, and some sections, like I'm trying to play the you know, the riff, and Luke comes in and saves my ass sometimes. So he's a great asset, and he sounds banging as well. He does a great job.
Cheers, babes.
Are you in the white wine now? Is that you?
I'm on rosé now. I'm on rosé now.
No, I was actually just going to comment, because Kyle's not a vocalist within the band, whether he would elevate, I don't know, whether he's like Vince Neil or something like that. He would kind of change the genre of the band if he'd done his vocals. His voice is not broken yet.
To be fair, I think it's more than one of those things that when we're in the actual studio, it adds a lot of depth and obviously a lot of texture to the songs. So for me to do the backing as well, it was just sort of smooth trial and thought, oh, we'll give it a go and see what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And there's no method or technique behind it. It was just sort of, we'll try it, see what happens. And the more and more it's happened, it's been like, oh, it's starting to sound a bit better now. We'll keep at it. So it's just added like another texture to the songs, really, more 100%. Than anything.
Yeah, Luke did back it on this latest EP, but he hasn't done any backing on the others. I kind of like tend to do the highs and then teach Luke afterwards. But then we decided, well, since he's doing them live anyways, why didn't he just do them? And then he was like, what did you say? I was like, oh, you're doing all right? Well, considering I've never sung death metal. You know the way he come out, we were all badly laughing in the studio. It was really funny. But he did a sterling job and he sounds great. But and like I say, like,
it's like, I know that you're not like a despised icon where you do a line, he does a line, you do a line, he does a line. It's not like rap death metal or something like that. You know what I mean?
No, we complement each other. We do it to like to create more from the songs and complement each other. It's not like a competition of who sings this, who sings that. Like, it's not about that. It's about what's best for the song.
I take it we've got to mention Brad as well. Are we not going to get him to be like a Chris Reifert of Void Below then? He's going to do drums and vocals. No.
He's going to do like some Pavarotti beats in the background for like monk choir singing and stuff like that, I think, for the next project.
But I'm wondering...
it works well.
If you piss off Kyle... And I know that Kyle writes a lot for the music side of things. But does he write some of the lyrics? And I'm wondering, like, if you piss him off, he'll write like 10 words and you've got 3 seconds to sing them in.
Kyle writes will say to me, right, I wrote lyrics for this song, and I'll be like, right, okay. So I'll read them and go, they don't fit. Because Kyle, but this is the thing, Kyle will write it to the way he thinks it should go. Whereas when the song's finished, I'll write it the way I think it should go. So like I'll come up with like Kyle will come up with some hooks, I'll come up with some hooks. And then we'll try and like think, and then I had to say to him, stop sending me bloody lyrics. The song's not even finished yet. We're on version 12.
And then the lyrics get put in the WhatsApp group, and then there's all 4 of us dissecting them, going, well, I think this sounds better. Let's put this in instead. And then it becomes like a fucking word jumble. But then eventually we get a really good chorus of it.
It's like playing Boggle.
No, that's great. I love that. I absolutely love it. I love the camaraderie within the band. No wonder you guys have stuck together all these years and things like that. But when it comes to the lyrics, I know that H.P. Lovecraft is obviously an influence and stuff like that. But do you also watch a lot of documentaries? Do you watch a lot of films? Do you read a lot of books?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Or do you open the door? You've always got a piece of paper and a pen on you. You open the door to your house and you see something in the street, you take a note of it, and then you go back to it later on. Or is it just purely from H.P. Lovecraft books?
Which usually when Maxwell goes to bed, you know, like when you go into hotels and they've got a Holy Bible in the drawer, Maxwell's got like a Necronomicon.
I wish. I wouldn't be taking that anyway if I had the original version. Like Kyle was saying earlier, like Kyle will think of like, you'll write a song or write a riff idea or put something together in Guitar Pro. They're like, right, I'm calling this song
I like it.
Emperor Serpentine. I'll be like, right, cool, love the title. And then I'll go take it away and I'm like, well, what can I write for that? And then I thought of, like I've said, like on the radio interview, I thought of James Earl Jones, Still Doom. I'm going to write a song about him because he's one of my heroes, Darth Vader, Mufasa, you know, Coming to America, stuff like that. He's got one of the best voices ever. And I thought, I'm going to write a song about Phil Doom, like the king of the emperor of snake people. You know, what was on,
right.
You know, what was on the continent thousands, 100,000 years ago. And it works well. But like there's other songs like Primordial Realm. I wrote the lyrics based on people praying for the cleansing of the earth. You know, like it says a volcanic age and stuff like that. You know, and little bits came from in my head from a band called Earth Crisis. And they've got a band, it's a hardcore band.
Yeah,
and they've got a song called Firestorm. You know, the firestorm is we'll wash the earth, and like Taxi Driver, one day a real rain will come and wash the scum away. So I kind of like had those thoughts in my head when I was writing it. A flow of lava will come wash this earth. You know, that kind of thing.
Guys, I think this guy needs more love and romance in his life. He needs to watch the film Ghost or something like that with his missus or something.
I tried 50 Shades of Grey, but it was shy. I won't watch it. But
listen,
that's what I kind of do.
yeah, I've only got a few more questions for you. I really do appreciate the time that you've spent with me so far.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about the artworks for demos. Who done it for you?
Kyle.
Go on, Kyle.
Yeah. Well, normally my question would be, what information did you give the artist? Did you give them the songs, the lyrics, and say, right, you have free reign, or this is what's in my head, this is what I want, or Kyle, like, what was going through your mind when it came to that artwork for demos?
Well, the first EP, we actually got someone to do the first EP.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Maxwell will know.
Yeah, it's called Rio. I think it's Rio Oka, and I was just flashing through his stuff, and I saw that the first EP good. I thought that's perfect. You know, four worshippers, a deity in the middle. I thought it's perfect. This guy's done like merch designs for like Gate Creeper,
Yes.
Sanguisugabog, and he's doing amazing stuff. And I'm quite proud that our first EP is done by him, and he's gone on to do bigger things since then, which, you know, like 3 years ago. And then and it was really cheap. What he charged, I couldn't believe what it was like $40, maybe less. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
You might add a couple of zeros
It
onto
was
that
cheap.
now.
It was cheap. I'm just being honest. It was just
Yeah.
cheap,
Yeah.
and I was like, we have to have that because it's perfect. And it was like when we put on a T-shirt and we first started playing shows, and that shirt flew out. Like, absolutely flew. I had to buy my own. It was on Vinted for a fiver. I actually found one of our shirts on Vinted. I was like, you know, you made one on Vinted, but anyways, Kyle will elaborate on the rest of the artwork. But yeah, that's how I found it. But we were all in agreement. That was a shit hot move on our part.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, but the others, it was just you'd have to feel right for what we thought would work for the imagery, you know. So we have actually used a lot of AI imaging. I know it's sort of frowned upon, but when you can get the right image, what you're thinking in your head across, and we all like it as a band, then it's only if we like it when we're going to put it on. So it doesn't matter who or what's come up with it.
Even still using the AI, it's like we've still all got to agree on a fucking image, and we go through maybe 5 or 6 different images before we find the correct one. Then you've got to edit it properly.
Delve right into it.
Make sure it's going to look nice on a t-shirt. Like, you've got to go through all the other questions. Like, it's not just a case to go on, bang, yeah, that's nice, we'll put that on. Like, there's a lot of thought goes into it. It just takes away a lot of the stress of obviously finding an artist, like the costs, and other things like that, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we did approach artists and things like that, and like you say that, like, I mean, like you say, it is frowned upon. I would love if I could have some, like, if I could get a Dan Seagrave cover or something like that, be a dream come true. Or even Jeff White from Leviathan, who does Nails and all them bands. It'd be a dream come true to get something like that. But when you look at the reality of it, it's a cost, and like when you don't have that type of money or a huge label like Century Media, Nuclear Blast, etc., backing that, it is hard to like pull a couple £100 out each when you're all work, you've got mortgages, things like that. This is just the reality of it. And then,
like, you're basically asking a bloke, you're basically paying a bloke £400 for a picture of an octopus, and it's like you can't fathom the fucking
octopus. But what Luke's saying is right, because they could paint something or draw something that you might not even like. You could say, I want a deity coming out of a temple, or, you know, some eyeballs in the sky or something stuff like that. And they could paint you something, you're like, oh God, I hate it. But then you feel like you've got to give them like the £300-400 and you hate it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like with AI or if anyone's a bit art savvy in the band, because we all have moments where we can come up with ideas for like covers and merch ideas, stuff like that. And then it just works a little bit better for bands. I mean, I know it's not like it's very frowned upon in the music scene, but what are you meant to do? Do you know what I mean?
Plus, it's a time saver as well. Instead of waiting for someone to sketch fucking Galileo's greatest fucking art piece, you can get knocked together in 5 minutes on a fucking AI system and you go, yeah, that's good or that's crap, and then you can move on to the next one if you don't like it, can't you? It's like,
Yeah. I mean,
it cuts out the
if we had the
bullshit,
money,
basically.
yeah, if we had the money in the backing, oh yeah, we've all even said we'd love someone to paint us something exactly what we want, or from like those great art, can't speak, like Dan Seagrave, Jeff Hoyt, blah, 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 blah. You know, those guys, the bands that you see when you're a kid and you're looking at like Bolt Thrower album covers and Suffocation. It'd be a dream to have that, and like you'd be over the moon if you had that kind of money. But when you're a small band like us, and you know, like the time is money and stuff like that. It's all about just what's quick and easy and getting the best effect. Like we said before, sometimes less is very more.
Yeah.
And when we got the Praevisum cover, I wasn't like when Kyle was like, I'm going to try the AI app again. I was like, oh, I wonder what it's going to give. Wonder what it's going to give us. I was like, oh, it's AI, because I'm not a big fan of AI. Don't get me wrong. And then when he brought that back, I was like, that's perfect, absolutely perfect for
Yeah.
exactly what I thought in my head it would be.
Yeah.
Because the next port of call was obviously we're going to sell pictures of Maxwell's feet. So sort of fun.
We were just sell pictures of Luke with his top off.
That's going to be the title of this interview, by the way. So,
Luke looking like a Backstreet Boy.
James has a foot fetish. That's what we'll call it, or something.
Nobody wants to see these feet, mate. They're like hobbit feet.
But that's what I was going to say. I mean, I don't know what the scene's like down your way in terms of like underground, where like in Glasgow, like there's the guy Boza Art, and he's been there every day of winter. He's at every frigging gig. And I would urge you to like have a word with him and stuff like that, because he's not going to charge you that amount of money and stuff. There are these people out there that are doing it for their undergrounds and stuff. So I would encourage you to look at Boza Art. So that's just
thank you.
A wee friendly shout
out. That's the thing. It's getting out and getting the right connections with folk as well, because obviously we're just in Cumbria. It isn't a scene, you know what I mean? There isn't many bands around here, especially doing what we do.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out and get that kind of...
Are you in the same bit as Repulsive Vision?
No,
yeah, but they're down Barrow, so
right.
they're about an hour away from us. That's
yeah.
I mean,
what about Severe Lacerations? Have they not heard your way?
Severe Lacerations,
yeah. They're Millham. They're like half an hour away.
Yeah, good guys.
Yeah, great guys. That's what I'm saying. Like in the Cumbria scene, there's not many extreme bands. You've got Repulsive Vision, Thy Dying Light, Severe Lacerations, and that for the extreme stuff. That's pretty much it, really. If top of my head.
Yeah.
Some of them have got like webbed feet and that. It's like,
but we all don't get together to do gigs. We haven't done gigs with any of them. You know,
yeah.
So
well, we have Repulsive Vision. They play at Darkness.
Sorry.
But we don't tend to venture to Barrow. They don't tend to come up here either, which I think is odd.
Yeah.
It's just things and roundabouts, eh?
That's it. I guess it's just about reaching out and stuff like that, because I don't know. I can't remember the UK scene being so strong. Especially up here in Scotland.
Yeah, like bigger cities like Carlisle's got a great scene now. Anywhere I've ever been, like for death metal or hardcore or anything like that, it's been an excellent scene.
Yeah.
But Cumbria is like, you'll have a wave of like, especially like Whitehaven, you'll have a wave of like loads of bands and just dips. And there's nothing for a long time. Then they all come back, and it's like that all the time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the problem is obviously not a lot of people go out, so obviously you don't have a big support in the scenes when you go out, because not a lot of people go out drinking anymore, because I mean it costs a fortune just to go for a night out nowadays. It's like it's the cost of everything, and everyone's struggling at home and stuff like that with their own bills and stuff like that, and then 100%. Going out to watch gigs on top of that, it's like, and then bands, I mean you've got to pay for the cost of band practices, your gear, traveling, stuff like that. It takes a toll on a lot of people. So for the people that are still knocking about, it's like it's nice to see that bands still are going and they still want to have a go. But it's a tough world out there now for music, I think.
Yeah.
In the past few years has passed, it's like
100%.
Political now, like.
I'd say predominantly the bands round here as well are cover bands. Like I'd say like 60% of the bands round here are cover
and they'll
bands.
get you 50, 300 quid.
I know, it's mental.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you get paid like £2,000 for playing Bon Jovi covers. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
But do you know something? The one thing about the underground is you're probably paying for the same prices that you were 30 years ago. I saw Cannibal Corpse in 1991 at Glasgow Cat House for £7. I know it's 35 quid now, but if you were to go to an underground gig like just a couple of weeks ago, you had Graveghoul and headlining, and there was 4 bands, and it was a tenner.
That's so, you can go to an all-day festival now, and it's 20 quid. Yeah. Whereas if you go to the big rock festivals, you're looking at 400 or 500 quid. It's like it's a no-brainer, isn't it? But people miss out them type of things. They don't seem to realise what's on the doorstep. You need to go see the local bands because they're the ones that are going to become big in the next few years, and they'll be playing the stadiums or whatever else. Yeah. And you could say I've seen them for fucking 20 quid when now the tickets are 60 to 100 quid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when they're playing clubs, it'll be a better gig when they're playing them little dingy spots with that atmosphere as well.
It's a more intimate fucking like experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. That's great, guys. I want to listen. I really appreciate the time that you've had with me. I've only got a few questions left for you, but this is probably the most important question of the whole interview. Going to tell us a wee bit about this award-winning sauce. How the fuck did that come about?
Who's gonna say? Do I have to say? Is one of you going to say?
Yeah, well, you know about it more.
Anyway, right. So we have Brad, our drummer, has a friend whose husband runs a sauce company. So they approached us and said, do you have any like endorsements? And we were like, well, not really. And they were like, well, we want to make you a sauce. I was like, really? Yeah. I said, you can make us a sauce as long as it's black. That was the deal. And I thought, oh, we can do that. And they said, what kind of sauce do you want? I goes, I don't know. As long as it looks like pond water. You know, it has to be black, like sort of like minging. And then like we never heard anything for like ages, did we? And then all of a sudden they had these test batches. We tested them, and it was really nice, but it wasn't as spicy. And then they sent us another one, and it was like rocket fuel, but it was black. Couldn't believe they'd done it, and it was a black. It was a garlic chili sriracha sauce. Am I saying that right? Sriracha, whatever. Sriracha. Yeah.
And are you bringing some bottles up for Dead of Winter? Are you going to put some in the merch stand?
It's more of a life achievement just to say, oh, by the way, I've got my own signature hot sauce. There you go. It's in the cupboard. Like it.
Yeah. But like,
Cuddle inking.
cuttlefish ink. That's why it's black. Because they were putting I think they were putting charcoal in. It was killing the heat. So they changed the recipe. And we all got our bottles and we're all videoing each other eating something we did not. Oh, bloody hell, it's red hot. But it's a good seller and it's award winning, which totally blew my mind when we got the message saying, "Oh, you've come silver in the National Chili Awards." We were like, "What? Really? There's a chili sauce awards? Didn't even know about that." So yeah, it's an award winning sauce. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we'll try and bring some up.
Absolutely. I know that you're dying to get fucking rid of the bottles out of your house and stuff like that because it stinks or whatever like that. But
we only got 4, didn't we? I think we only got 1 each.
Yeah,
I've
they
got
sell them from their website, don't they?
Oh yeah, and when they put up the link, they even messaged our Instagram and the band page saying it was sold out within the second day, the first lot back. So we were like, "Oh, that's good." And then that's why I think they do it sporadically now, don't they? So they sell out of a batch, then that's it, sell out of a batch, and so it's been a really good collaboration.
Well, I can see on the merch stall, like your shirts and your physical products or whatever like that, and your smiles and all the rest of it. Oh, let's have a wee
On
bit
the
of
sauce,
sauce. But
wee bit of sauce.
I can guarantee you it's never been done before. So you never know. Yeah, you may get
Yeah,
yeah, you might get the souvenirs and stuff like that, but then again, we'll see, we'll see. But you played a 40-minute set at Wormrot, and this is a question for each of you. Which song on the set list are you guys personally looking forward to playing the most and why? So you've got an 8 song set list or something like that, but there's one song in it that might be fifth on the set list that you're looking forward to play the most. What is it and why? So, James, you're the top left now, so you're going to go first.
oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? I'd probably say Ancient Deity just for the heaviness of it, and just watch see if head banging or windmilling or whatever, just for the groove, and like when we do like the very doomy ending with the atmospherics, that's always a winner for me.
Yeah.
Just to see the crowd get amongst it. So I always like playing that song just for just how it flows and the structure of it.
It's a very
Yeah,
groovy verse and stuff like that. And it's a nice flow to the song.
it's
Yeah.
just heavy as fuck. In my opinion, it's our heaviest song still to
Yeah.
this day.
No, thanks very much for that, James. Kyle, you're bottom left, so what's the song that you're looking forward to playing most live and why?
Well, I don't know if they're going to agree with me, but we haven't played this song yet live. It's a self-titled song for the album. We are looking to
What's the album called?
Cosmic Offerings.
Oh yeah, that's going
I
to be a
got a
real.
wee exclusive there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got an exclusive there. And it's,
you got one on the radio show as well.
I did.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the best song I've wrote for us. So I'm personally, if we can do that, really looking forward to debuting that at Dead Winter.
So what is it
So
about
that's
the
me
song? Is it
personally.
the groove, or is it a guitar solo? You know, your Henrik
Um,
Malmsteen on the stage or something like that?
he
it's
wishes.
it. I think it's just got everything that we're good at
Yeah,
into the song, and it's got a really really good chorus. It's different. It's different as well. It's really good.
yeah.
It's
No,
it's definitely next level because I've been learning it like with the new drum pattern, Brad had wrote and stuff like that, and it's just really catchy, really groovy, but so intricate.
Intense. It's intense,
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
very intense. But to play it live and do vocal, it's going to be a challenge, but it'll be
You
fun.
can do it, pal.
It'll be fun. 'Cause
absolutely.
we've been playing in practice, haven't we? We're like, we
Yeah,
just
it's
start
been
laughing
good.
out
It's
daft
been
again.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for that, Kyle. Luke, what's the song of the set list that you're looking forward to playing the most? Is it because it's got a
Um,
bass solo in it or something like that?
no, because I fucking hate them, to be honest with you. Yes. But no, I think for me it's Emperor Serpentine because it's sort of like the new blend of like it's a bit of a crossover between both the albums, but obviously it's an introduction more of the backing vocals, which for me is like quite a new. It's got more backing vocals in, so it's a bit more work for me to do as well. But like I think just the complexity of the song and the ups and downs of it,
Yeah,
it's a really good one, and it's been really really well received by the crowds and stuff as well. It's almost as like it's not a new song; it's like one that's already been embedded into the crowds and
Yeah.
they already know it, and that's a firm
Yeah,
favourite.
I agree with that.
Or another one would be Pillars of Pestilence because it's like being hit in the fucking face with a hammer, and it's like from start to finish. And for me, that's what death metal's about. And it's like
100%. Well, I mean, listen, you two. This guy he's loving his role as backing vocalist and stuff like that. So utilize them, get them involved
Well, we
more.
use him more, don't you worry about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. But this is where we're probably going to have another 40-minute section because I'm about to ask you what instruments that you're going to use to record the album. So, again, James, you're top left. So, what's your guitar setup? What's your pedals? What do you
Um,
use?
I use I use Ibanez. I've switched brands in the last few months.
Why?
They're just more comfortable, but I just feel more comfortable playing them just for the necks. So I play Ibanez 2610Z at the Prestige. That's an RG 2610Z. See, with Ibanez, they're all in numbers. It sounds like you're like talking like in code. So then I've got Ibanez Prestige. Jesus Christ, it's RG 2550Z, but that's been modded with a Seymour Duncan Nazgul and all the guitars.
Do you know what's quite funny, James? Sorry to interrupt.
Right.
You remember all these codes. How many years have you been married?
I'm not married, so
Oh well, I was
might as well,
wondering. I was wondering. You can remember the make of your guitar, but you can't remember how many years you've been married.
No. I don't remember the guitar, to be honest. Hey, just joking. So they're tuned C standard with 12 to 60 gauge strings. So we do have a fixed setup. I've got a PRS MT 15 amp, which is like a mini Mesa Boogie, but it says it's 15 watt. It's definitely not 50. It's more like 50 watt. It's loud and out. Just reverb pedal stuff like that. So when we come to record, we'll probably use that. The 7 strings we've got, I've got a Steve I Universe, the green dot one. It's the premium version. I don't have £10,000 for an original, like. And then I've got a custom. Jesus Christ, codes again. Ibanez Prestige RG 1527. But that's again new pickups feeding Seymour Duncan, Nazgul, and Sentient set for the 7 string, and that's pretty much my gear that they're going to use for live and recorded.
What I heard, what I didn't hear in all those codes and descriptions that you were telling me was HM2. Are you not going to bring HM2 into your sound or anything like that?
No, I do like the sound. Like I'm a big fan of Dismembering Tomb, but like a lot of bands that use that stuff. But I think for us, I just don't think it would work.
Yeah.
I think we've toyed with different types of distortion, like Metal Zone, like I personally just like the distortion on my amp boosted with a 1433 clone, which is like a boost, and I don't think we need that kind of chainsaw sound for our sound because I think some bands can do it really well, and I think if we do, we'd lose a lot of clarity with like some of the chord work that we use.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a band
we like that dissonance stuff, don't we?
Yeah. If you're a band like Severe Lacerations or is it Coffin Mulch? I think do Coffin Mulch use HM2? I think they do. I'm not 100%. That kind of really fuzzy distortion for that kind of style is perfect. But
Yeah.
I think for us, our band, because we have like the kind of the bit of melody, that the dissonance, I think it would just get drowned in it. And I don't get, I am a fan of that style, but for us as a band, I don't think it would work personally.
No, I was only joking, but I'm glad you took that point very seriously. And
When it comes to guitar sound, I get a bit serious.
you sound professional anyway, I'll give you that. Kyle, what about you? What's your guitar setup, mate?
Well, I've just, because of Maxwell, he's constantly sending us guitars and that, but I did play I set his Ibanez and stuff up, and I played it when I was playing. I was like, yeah, that does. So I bought a J-Craft Prestige, and it's where we practice. Our mate, he does paint jobs and stuff, so he's crackling it for us at the minute. So I'm waiting for that to get be finished. But I've just got the like Omen pickups, they're called, but they're basically like a clone of Seymour Duncan Black Winters, which obviously I have in my ESP and stuff like that. So I like that type of pickup. And then I've got on my pedal board. Our mate obviously made Maxwell's Fortin 33, and he made me like I can't remember what it's based on. It's based off 2 pedals, and I can't remember what the overdrives are, to be fair. But it's a modded overdrive, and then I use the key and gear, Little Audio, noise gate between 4 cables, so it goes right into the effects loop of my amp. And then I use EQ, Boss EQ in the effects loop, so just to get that clarity after the amps preamping the effects. And I use an Engel Fireball 100, which is it's a beast of an amp.
Look,
And
is it fair to say that Kyle's the geek of the bands? He's got the biggest,
yes,
the pedal board's the biggest thing to fucking carry into a gig.
You're both fucking geeks when it comes to gear.
It is true, like, and it is kind of like I'm always sending these to like, "Well, would you look at this bass?" And, "Oh, what do you think of this? You should get that." And I'm always finding like cheap gear for them to use. I just love looking for gear. That's all it is.
No, honestly, thanks, Kyle. Thanks for that, man. And last but not least, Luke, tell us your bass and what your setup is and stuff.
Mine will be an easy rundown. It's a guitar with 4 strings. No, it's I usually use an Ibanez. It's an RG, and I'm not very good with chords like Maxwell. It's like 1-0-1-0-1-1-0. But no, that's my main one. I bought it from a woman who whose husband had died and had a lot of bass gear, so obviously that was my first ever bass. We put the strings and stuff on it. My pedals, I don't actually use that many pedals, to be fair, because I've got a bit like Kyle and Maxwell. I've got a modded one that we got given.
Yeah.
It's sort of modded on like a dark glass pedal that we quite liked. It sounds really good. And other than that, all I do on top of that is I put a compressor pedal onto it, and then I've got a Behringer. I think it's a Behringer Bassmaster or something like that, like a proper old school valve head. So I like the old school stuff where it's heavy and fucking bulky, and obviously it's not really ideal for gigging and carrying around in the 21st century. But
it is
to me, the old valve amps and stuff have also been the best. Like it's solid stuff. It lasts the test of time. You know what I mean? So for me, old school's best. But as long as I can plug it in and make some noise, that's me.
Absolutely. It's funny how you accidentally became a bass player, but it seems to work for the band. I don't know if you're like Tony Choi or Les Claypool, shall we say?
That's a South Park guy, isn't it? Fucking.
But I'm looking forward to seeing you guys live on Dead of Winter, and I know for a fact I'll say to Luke, you were the best bassist on the fucking whole gig, because I ain't going to argue with him. But James, very, very, very quickly, when it came to doing like vocals, did you do your research as to what microphone gave you the best sound, or you just give me an SM50 and I'll fucking sing into it?
Pretty much that. Like, give me any microphone, I'll just roll me it up.
What is it at the recording studio? What is it at Soundwave that you use?
Oh, Kyle, what's he got? I don't know.
Oh, he's got the round thing, but I can't remember what.
He's got a microphone.
I'm thinking one of the SMs. It's a proper old school one, but
I think it is a 58.
Yeah,
but they're tested by time. They're good for a fucking reason, aren't they? Like that's 100%. Why people use them.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think any live gig I've ever played with, I think it is an SM58. But like, to be fair, like I've even used the like little round ones you see from the 70s.
Yeah,
they're tiny. They're like you got pens or something like that. Like I'm not an arse. I'll just, if it's a microphone, I'll just use it, and I just try and do my best with what I've got.
I just love it. Like, you're going to be the first band on this Saturday, and then there's going to be 10 vocalists that will use the same microphone. When I've seen bands like, I've seen Steve Austin of Today's the Day, where he swallows the microphone. You know, he absolutely puts his whole mouth over their microphone and stuff like that. And then the support band, the next band comes on. Here you go.
Very, very, very unhygienic, that, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, absolutely. But
it's not called fucking Steve Austin.
But it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys. You guys are so easy to interview. You're a great laugh. I love the camaraderie within the band. I wish you all the success with this new album coming out. So you said it before, so you may as well say it again. What's the album title?
Cosmic Offerings.
Thank you very much. And maybe we'll get to hear it in its entirety, maybe in the summer of next year. But the sooner it comes out, the better. But I know that you're going to play a couple of the new songs anyway live at Dead of Winter, and I shall catch you up then, and I'll interview you downstairs. This will not be the last time that we chat. When the album comes out again, we will have another one of these chats as well. So keep in touch. It's been an absolute pleasure. And take care, guys.
Been an
Thanks for
honour.
having us,
Thank
bud.
you, mate.
Thank you.
Bye, mate.
Thank you.
Teddy's.
Cheers, man. Take care.
Bye now.